Just wing it, they said. You'll do fine, they said. Yeah, that didn't work out too well, so here we are with take 2 of the Strawberry Lamy Safari review. So yeah, like I hinted at in the introduction, this is take 2 of this video. Why is this take 2? Because take 1 of the video was me just winging it. So here we are, a day later, trying this for a second time. Hopefully this time I end up with a coherent video instead of a babbling mess. Believe me, it's a very good thing that I take the time to script this stuff out. That said, let's get to the pen. You may recall that in the last video, I said I would talk about Lamy 1-upping Kaweco in the minimalistic packaging. This is kind of what I was talking about. Sure, the Kaweco box is smaller, and the only contents are a plastic sleeve with the pen, but I think this fully paper-focused packaging from Lamy makes it a top contender for minimal and eco-friendly. On the front, we have Lamy in light gray on a dark gray background, and one of the things I like about this box is that you can see the pen through the vent holes. It's a nice touch, allowing you to see the color of the pen without wasting plastic on a full viewing window. And flipping that over, we have a retail sticker and company stamping here and here, and we have the Lamy website. You can also see through the vent holes one more time that we appear to have what looks to be the warranty policy, but we're going to be skipping that. So let's go ahead, open this up, and look at the pen. I like the approach here to keep the pen from flopping around in transit. Personally, I don't use the clips on my pens, but using the clip to hold on to this fitted cardstock divider is very effective at keeping the pen in place. Now, aside from that, the first thing you may notice here is the small cardboard band separating the section from the body. This is a simple solution to a very interesting problem. Let's go ahead and get this cardstock off so you can see what I'm talking about. Lamy cartridges are significantly long and significantly proprietary. So if this band was not here, the cartridge could accidentally activate in transit and result in an inky mess in the cap. This band allows them to keep the cartridge secure in the pen during transit, and it's nice instead of just having it flopping around loose in the box. But it's a problem that they kind of created by their own design. So even though they were able to design their way out of it, I don't really think they should get credit for that. I mean, it's a good design, but it's a design that came across because they designed a bad system to begin with or something like that. But that was a decision that Lamy came up with, and yeah, so let's keep going. Like I said, we are skipping the warranty, not like I follow those in the first place, and right off the bat, I think it's safe to say that this is as red can get. Also, at this point in the video, I should probably mention that this is half of their Strawberry and Cream Safari Collector's Edition. That begs the question though, is this strawberry red? Well, Google strawberry really quick, and then come back to the video. I'll wait. I should not do pen twirls. Oh, okay. Anyway, back to the video. I think that Lamy got the color spot on. I look at this pen, and I have to remind myself not to eat it. That's right, I am a pen chewer. I keep a sacrificial Bic lying around just for that reason. No, you can't see it. Teeth marks on pens are gross. Don't eat your pens. Anyways, that aside, I kinda don't like red pens. But this one, it hits its namesake so well that I think it gets a pass. Perfect coloring aside, there are a few things about this pen that I'm really not a fan of. So let's cover those. First is the texture of the pen. Lamy isn't the first to use a textured plastic for their pens, but the micro-texturing in use here, it just feels weird to me. It's not as annoying as knurling on certain sections of TWSBI pens, but the longer I touch this pen, the more the texture sticks out and overshadows the rest of the experience. Second is the section itself. Lamy seems to like forcing the user into a unique grip experience with their pens. You have the torpedo grips of the Aeon, Studio, and L2K, then you have this how to use a fountain pen grip of the Safaris. To the pen's credit, it's not a tri-divot design, and the backside is kind of rounded. And this rounded design does make it a little comfortable. But then you start noticing the texture, which makes you notice the grip, and then it turns into this circle of things that takes you away from the writing experience. Speaking of which, let's take a look at a size comparison to the Aurora Oraloid and see how this medium nib looks on paper. Before that though, here is my pup to remind you that if you like these videos, there are 3 big ways that you can show your support. There are 4, but you are already watching the video, so that's 1 down. And I'll cover the other 2 at the end. But if you like these reviews and want to give back to the channel, and these pups, then consider becoming a patron. The link is down below. Now, sizing this Safari up against the Aurora, we have the Safari 12mm longer at 139mm. Weight-wise though, the Oraloid is more substantial at 22 grams. Uncapped, the Safari is only 6mm longer at 129mm and 4 grams lighter at 10 grams. Section-wise though, the Safari sports a 32.7mm section from snap cap to flare with a section width of functionally 10mm. And that brings us to the writing experience. So let's start with the positives. The length of the Safari means that people with larger hands can use this pen without being required to post it. That is always a nice feature. Next is the ink. I like the included blue cartridge that Lamy provides. Overall, it is well behaved, and this particular pen, feed, and nib have combined well with this ink to keep me from experiencing any hard starts or skipping. That is pretty much it for the outright positives, so let's cover some of the things that stick out like a sore thumb. First is my thumb. I don't know what it is about the grip on this pen, but it does not play well with how I hold it. I can go about 4 hours with a normal pen before I have to take a break due to wrist discomfort. This pen, however, has me taking a break every 15 minutes due to thumb pain. To rule out an underlying issue, I grabbed my Lilliput and one of my Sailors, and I was able to write for 3 hours with each pen before concluding that this is just a problem with the Safari. Second is that this nib has a little more tooth than I would prefer. To be fair, I write with a weird angle of attack, so this is partially my fault. But I get so many pens out of the box that glide across the page much better than this pen did. It's not like it's digging into the paper with each stroke, but it is constant feedback as I'm trying to write, even on Tomoe. So between that and the thumb, this pen is a personal pass for me. I may be an outlier though, so there may be something to this pen that works for you. I can at least admit that I like the color, and the price is spot on for the materials used in the pen. So at least it has good value proposition with it. And that does it for a look at the Strawberry Lamy Safari. If you liked that video or found it helpful, then hit that thumbs up, get subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one.